O cruel and relentless sickness, I ask that you please leave my body now. You know that feeling of going to a packed film on opening day to see a big movie? You get to share in all the laughter and the visual wonderment and just the joy of being there. And then you get to enjoy those quiet little moments where all the audience is just fully emotionally invested. Yeah, that's kind of an unbeatable feeling, isn't it? See, that's the exact kind of feeling you're going to have if you go watch Project Hail Mary. There is no better way to describe Project Hail Mary than a butt ton of fun. I'm okay. This is a film that hits the ground running, pulls you into the midst of an exciting story, and you better be strapped in because it's just gonna go. It's full of some really clever comedy, some incredible spectacle, especially on IMAX, and a connection between two unlikely pals that will win over your heart and endear you to the entire experience. And directors Phil Lord and Christopher Miller have them balance a lot of various elements within a pace and a tone that's full of genuine humour, genuine sincerity, and these ever-evolving interactions between two unlikely friends. Honestly, it just feels like Lord and Miller are showing off at just how effortless they make it all look. Their script is witty and smart. The experience is big and exciting, but also when it needs to be, there are these wonderfully tender, emotional little moments between its characters. And what they do is they take all of this and they put it on the shoulders of Ryan Gosling, and then he just carries this movie the whole way through. That does create a slight issue though, is then Ryan Gosling's character doesn't really feel that full of much depth or complexity. There's undoubtedly a really fun character there that you can tell Gosling is having a lot of fun playing, but it's a character that feels less like a well-rounded person and more like an ideal cut-out version of a kind of blockbuster movie character. But with that being said, the crowning achievement of this film is that it gets you to care about a tiny four-legged rock alien that communicates in chirps and whistles. You go from being curious about the little fella to being absolutely smitten with him. I would like the sickness to please leave. It's not just an achievement on Lord Miller's part, it's also an achievement on Gosling's part, because he delivers this believable bond with this little rock alien character. For me, this feels like a movie blockbuster that other blockbusters should take notes from. It ticks so many of the boxes of what you want from a movie like this. Like I've said, it's big and fun and exciting and full of lots of spectacle, but it's also sweet and tender and has a lovely friendship at the core of it. And it throws in a fun amount of sciencey jargon just to keep the whole thing feeling like a good sci-fi experience. Perhaps my only major issue with the film was that it ran on a little too much for me. By the time I got to the third act, it felt like the pace was slowing, it felt like the energy was starting to dip. And I think a lot of that has to do with there are too many endings to this movie. But even with that, it did not take away from my overall enjoyment of this movie. I'm absolutely going to recommend Project Hail Mary. It is so much fun. As big movie blockbuster experiences go, Project Hail Mary is an absolute winner. On Letterboxd, I gave it 4 stars. I'd love to know what you thought of the movie, so please let me know down in the comments. I'm going to go back to being sick now, so please give me a follow. There are links in the bio, and I will see you in the next one.